30 years ago, Ukraine was not only the breadbasket of Europe but also a global military-industrial powerhouse, wielding nuclear weapons, possessing an aircraft carrier, and boasting top-tier heavy industry. Its economic strength even overshadowed China's on a per capita basis at the time. Yet, just a few decades later, why has this once promising nation fallen into its current predicament, seemingly without friends, without options, and without a future? Ukraine possesses unique geographical advantages, advanced agriculture, and a strong industrial base, having inherited 35% of the Soviet Union's military-industrial complex and the world's third-largest nuclear arsenal. In the early days of independence, its per capita GDP was 5 times that of China, and it was seen as having the potential to become a balancing force between East and West. However, over the past few decades, Ukraine has experienced frequent political turmoil, with politicians often accused of squandering national assets, leading to a sharp economic decline. By 2018, it had become the poorest country in Europe. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, Ukraine briefly possessed the world's third-largest nuclear arsenal, but due to high maintenance costs and Western intervention coupled with persuasive assurances, in 1994, Ukraine signed the Budapest Memorandum on Security Assurances, giving up its nuclear weapons. The West promised security assurances, but these guarantees were not fulfilled. The two color revolutions in 2004 and 2014 pushed Ukraine directly onto the front lines of the geopolitical contest between the United States and Russia. In 2014, pro-Russian President Yanukovych rejected an association agreement with the EU, planning to turn towards Russia, but was subsequently overthrown in what the source characterizes as a violent, Western-backed political upheaval. Crimea returned to Russia, 4 eastern regions declared independence, and the Ukrainian civil war began. The West seemingly supported Ukraine, yet NATO consistently denied it membership. After the Russia-Ukraine conflict erupted in 2022, the US and NATO have treated Ukraine as an expendable asset, continuously providing military aid but refusing to let it join the club. Today, Ukraine is bogged down in the mire of war, having lost population, territory, and its future, and even faces the prospect of being partitioned. Looking at recent history, Ukraine's tragedy is not an isolated case. Yugoslavia was dismantled, Iraq was fractured, Afghanistan descended into tribal divisions, and Syria and Libya remain embroiled in conflict. These countries share a common thread: intervention by the United States and NATO. Ukraine should have been an independent and sovereign nation, but according to this view, it willingly became a pawn of the West, only to be played into a corner with no way out. Ukraine once possessed nuclear weapons, an aircraft carrier capability, and world-class military industries. Why did it end up in its current state? Is it Western betrayal, or the result of Ukraine's own choices? What do you think lies ahead for Ukraine's future? Feel free to leave your comments and discuss.